Tonight, we honor Dr. Grace Brush. An individual whose contributions have truly made a difference in the management and restoration of Chesapeake Bay. For many of us, Dr. Brush represents the best of what a career in science can, and I think really should be. Her work, and as important, her character, have set a benchmark that stands as a true model for the value of science, for the value of a career in science. I'd like to welcome you this evening to the presentation of the Mathias Medal.
Grace Summers Brush is all of a piece from the beginning.
Well, it started out when I was very young, and I graduated from college and got a job as a technician. It was a coal research laboratory, and my job was essentially to make thin sections and keep things clean. As I was making these slides of coal, I saw these structures in it. I was just fascinated with the big differences that existed between what was there millions of years ago and what was growing on that landscape.
Grace Brush, inquiring mind, scientist, colleague. Then there is the muddy Grace, leading dignitaries and colleagues through sloppy bogs and wetlands, or dripping mud on the heads of co-workers pulling cores from the mud. Dr. Brush and her students, as you know, have pursued the study of the environmental history of the Chesapeake Bay, combining meticulous analysis of the stratigraphy of sediment cores and land use history.
I was trained as a paleobotanist and thought this would be a technique whereby we could study the history of the estuary. So we took cores and we looked at seeds and diatoms, and we began to get the story then of the history of the Chesapeake and the effect of human impact, human activities on the bay, which was pretty dramatic.
Grace Brush is a remarkable woman. She is indomitable, a whirlwind with none of the flapping wings.
I'm going to grab my water before you leave.
And her energy, when she got hiking, you better keep up because she's going to keep going and talking, and it was great. You needed to stay close.
And of course, the other Grace, there is the warm friend and mentor to graduate students.
Okay. Check, sight.
She's kind of nervous right now, but it's going to be good. It is a great honor to be associated with Grace Brush. Grace genuinely cares about her students as people and treats us as fellow adults with lives outside of school.
We do the ranger programs.
A typical office visit with Grace doesn't start with, "Did you get that pollen finished from that core?" But, "How was your weekend?" Or, "How was your husband or boyfriend?"
I'm particularly delighted today to have the opportunity to present the Mathias Medal to Grace Brush. As you've heard, a Johns Hopkins researcher and faculty member of extraordinary ability. Grace, we want to award you the Mathias Medal. I get to put this around your neck. It's very heavy, and hopefully we won't strain your neck. Sorry.
I know everyone in this room and everyone in the Chesapeake community are thankful to and indebted to Senator Mathias, who some 20 to 25 years ago began what has become a Chesapeake movement. copied in many parts of the world, where we are slowly learning through science and ethics how humans must live at peace with the environment. What I have called the Chesapeake movement, begun by Senator Mathias a quarter of a century ago, has made great strides in learning how we can live in harmony with the environment. The big question is, will we ever do it? Thank you very much.